Welcome back, everyone, to Pandemonium. It's been a couple weeks, but we are back with the crew as they are in a bit of a dire strait. Looking at some of the HP where we left off. The Gavels, in preparation for the last battle of Kata, were interrupted by almost two calamities striking at once. Aboard the balancing act, they found their one-time ally, Mockery, who passed on a note indicating that Shinzo was preparing to execute Olga Sanda-san, the son of Sanda, who'd been masquerading as his brother Sandrick to help the people of Kata, and he was preparing to kill him, offering the Gavels the choice of saving Olga or going after the Baron, who had been kidnapped by his father, Kesse Royce, resurrected by Y, as a bit of a payback for the Gavels calling her a liar and her refusing to let sleeping dogs lie. So she brought the Baron back to haunt his son and the Gavels, and the Baron, the former Baron, had decided to make his move, stealing his son into the ethereal plane and attempting to siphon his life. Why did, though, after making that last move a month ago, did promise not to further interfere with the Gavel's work and even offered them a minor boon for leaving the scales of the one who once called her mother undesecrated rather than adorning it on their other ship. With that, though, the Gavels decided to take on both opportunities, racing into the shades of havoc and doing battle in Shinzo's arena, freeing Olga Sanda-san, and then diving into the ethereal plane where we find them now, and fighting against the ghosts of the Baron, Kesse Royce, and some other fallen soldiers he resurrected. The Gavels were able to free the Baron, and he is now up, though significantly drained from his near soul-sucking experience. And the Gavels are now trying to flee from the Baron, the former Baron, who was still alive, as well as his mage ghost, with the party being in a little bit of a rough spot HP-wise. So let me bring us on to the map. We left off an initiative, so this will be... Go ahead.
We're dying, chat. We're telling it. We're all near death.
Except Belric.
Except Belric, yes. Everyone else is near death.
Start of round 7. Belric, you are up. What are you doing?
Okay. It sounds like our strategy here might be fleeing. So the first thing I'm going to work on doing is getting Bear up, who's unconscious. So I'm conveniently already next to him. I'm going to battle medicine him.
All right.
Target to bear with me here. Okay. These battles. Oh, hold on. Wait, when I use battle medicine, does it use up a healer's kit?
No, it shouldn't use a hero's kit. Yeah.
All right, sorry. I gotta. Saying I don't have one, but I used it a bunch last week. So bear with me. Grab it. Healer's kit? What is it called?
Yeah, it should be just hero's kit.
What, like Diashinus treat wounds?
Yeah, I'm working on it, and it's not letting me. I'm trying to use selected action. It says you can't use battle medicine without healer's toolkit.
Weird.
I threw it in, so you should be good.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Okay. I'll apply that healing. Oops. I'll switch that up for bear. And then, am I correct in assuming that we're going to be trying to make our way out of here?
Yes.
So in that case, I am going to use 2 actions, or I'm gonna command animal with 1 action, and then I'm going to have bear start fleeing.
And don't forget, Bear will need to stand as well.
So bear will use 1 action to stand, and then he'll use his next action to go. How far can he move? Sorry, my son's crying in the background. I'm very distracted. 1. Oh, he can get. He'll make it right here. And then for my action, I am just going to. I think I may also leave, unless anyone has anything else.
Yeah, do you have enough movement to get out this turn?
Don't, but I was gonna start leaving, or I could just do a.
You are
shot.
the person most likely to survive if you're left alone here. So
It also looks like you might be encumbered if you were messing around with like inventory stuff, and that might be reducing your speed. And you also have that clumsy condition from being encumbered.
I'm with Ryan here. We really should have the wall of Belric just stay there until everyone else gets out. But that is not our decision. We are, as a group, retreating, and so you.
Okay, no, that's good to know.
No.
I can shoot. I should have. Forgot who I've hunted shot on.
I think it's the old Baron, if I remember correctly.
It's the guy in the bottom right. Is that what you said?
yeah, this one.
Yeah, I think that one.
Oh, he's right there. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry. 2 shots at him then.
All right.
Grief. Okay. 1 shot. 2 shot.
You said 2 shots at the Baron? For the former Baron? Unfortunately, we both missed.
30 misses. Okay, that's my turn then.
Alright. Crash, you are up.
I kind of want to do a little bit of damage before getting out of dodge.
One quick question before you go.
Yeah.
Belric, is Bear on the field still, or is he out of here?
He's still on the field.
Still on the field? Okay. Sorry, Crash, go ahead.
That changes things actually a little bit.
Unless that green thing is off.
If you can make it, if he had enough movement to go past the green thing, you are good to go. Take him off.
Yeah, so he's still half in the battlefield. So, yep.
We are going to. Crash is going to line up a. Can I actually? Oh, yeah. Not really without getting Dura. My thought process was I could get off one more thing and then get out of dodge.
Does that one thing use any resources you won't get back?
Nope.
Okay.
Not unless I want to empower it. Which probably not going to. So yeah, probably going to go for. Crash is going to line up so he can push Bear out of dodge. Come next turn if Bear doesn't use that action to get out of dodge. or is downed for whatever reason, which is going to be a... Actually, no. Better to do this one first because he can line it up on the other wizard. Megavolt onto this lad right here. A direct line doesn't hit any of our allies.
The mage will fail.
Damn.
Oof.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
And we're getting our dogs lining up to be next to Bear. In case Bear gets down and needs to be pushed out, while also still being in range of helping out anyone else to get that money down.
Yeah, it should have took 7. I'm not sure why I took it all off, but it took 7 damage on that one.
Huh, understood.
All right. And you said you're letting that go and getting closer to Bear. Will, what do you do?
All
and
right.
Will, we need you to make a reflex save as well.
Okay. Sure. Oof.
Let me see. And this was that roll from last time before we got you back into the system. So that is 26. I'll see if I can repost this. 26 bludgeoning damage.
That's funny. I have 27 hit points.
Wow. Okay.
That's okay. Yeah, can I see? Oh, I see it. I got it. I have literally 1 hit point. All right. Yeah. The problem is that if anybody goes down, they are essentially going to be left behind. Because yes, Callie might not die immediately, but if she's not dead, if she's unconscious and everyone's leaving, then you're gonna get left behind. So I hate this decision, but I think the best thing for me to do is to get Callie out and believe in Wisteria's ability to dodge things. I am sorry, Chris, if this leads to Wisteria's death. Because Wisteria only has, like you said, only has to survive 1 turn, whereas Callie would have to survive 2.
And fingers crossed the Baron will go after Belric, since he's right next to him.
And Belric did, just to try to kill him. So I am going to use my last focus point to cast Amped Message on Callie, which gives you a free strike, stride, or step. And then you use it to attack the Baron. Strike. But there you go.
Okay, so I use my reaction, which actually puts me in a kind of dangerous situation later on, but not right now. But I will use my reaction to GTFO. Bye, Dura, so long. And I walk off the bat.
Yeah. I'm curious, like, what that does to Dura. Like, if Dura dies, like, what happens? I don't know how this works.
He's got the summer's
first of all,
yeah.
Yeah, well, that is also a reaction, just FYI.
Yeah.
First up, like, if I am able to move 100 feet away from Dura just automatically poofs out. No issue for me. Otherwise, if Dura goes down to 0, then Callie will also go down to 0, and off the map, she will, like, fall on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
And question, Tegan, before I do this, if we basically disappear from the battlefield if we get to the bottom and decide to do so, right?
You decide to go off, you disappear from the battlefield. For Callie, I will say, if it gets to your turn and you're still up, Callie can just desummon Dura.
Yeah, cool. And then real quick. Can I get there with one action? I cannot. I am 5 feet away from being able to get off the map with one action. So I need to use 2 actions to do it. So I'm sorry, Wisteria. I am going to use my last 2 actions to
Don't
fly
forget you have
off.
to stand.
Oh, I have to stand. In that case, I can't get off the battlefield.
Do you want to take back the message? Because I'm okay not getting off the. Yeah, I have hit points to spare, way more than one.
I suppose that's what I have to do, because otherwise I can't get out of here, and I will die.
Yeah, honestly, do it. This way, I also have my reaction. You know, I'm so optimistic. I'll get to use it.
Okay. Well, sweet. I'll give myself my focus point back. I'll use an action to stand. Is there an action like button to do that automatically?
No, I just have to remove the prone condition.
All right. Gotcha. 1 action stand, and then unfortunately 2 actions to get out of here.
Perfect. And to confirm you are beasting off the map?
Yep. With
All
1
right.
hit point, I'm doing it again. If you die again right after I leave, I'm going to be so mad.
Perfect. And Will is able to make his way off the battlefield. The Revenant Casseroyce is up. He is going to move himself a bit forward and is going to use Telekinetic Assault.
Crash. Okay. For half a second, I was about to say I use Reactive Strike, but I don't. I do not use Reactive Strike.
So everybody within the circle, let me clear off the other one. I don't know why there's still one on.
Oh no!
Yikes.
That hits his ghost friend too, right?
This is Ghost Friend as well, but it is bludgeoning damage.
You love to
Yes,
see
that's nice.
Hell yeah!
Is Bear in that?
Bear is, I think, just out. Let me zoom in. No, he is. He's in it.
Justin,
Yeah.
this is why we position Crash the way he is, to knock Bear out and then get the fuck out after.
All right.
Wisteria is down.
Callie succeeds. Wisteria down. Bear succeeds. How is Bear? Is Bear up? Is he down?
Bear at 21, so he's
Down.
down.
I can get Bear out next turn. Who's got Wisteria?
I
Crickets.
have to.
I am exactly in 30 feet of Wisteria, so I think I can get her. No, I know I can get her. Yes.
All right. So you all see like the Baron raise his hands and just once again shriek, and he goes, "If I cannot have my life back, I will have vengeance." And you just see the ground break apart and start smashing into the remaining gavels, and you do see Wisteria fall, looking quite bloody on the ground, as well as Bear smashed into the ground. That's his 3 actions. The environment is up. So anybody that is conscious, this is the 7th round, the odd round, I should say. You can use the, what do I call it, ethereal wave. As you see kind of the once again, the wise water flowing across the plane. And if you'd like to use a reaction, you can teleport up to your speed with a DC 32 will save. Now be warned, if you fail or crit fail, you are slow.
What are your odds, Belric? Because that's decent. That's a chunk of movement you could get. But wait, do you have enough? You can probably just run out of here once your turn comes up, right?
Dwarves are notoriously slow and Pathfinder 2E20 speed.
I have 30 feet. I got some run or something.
Yeah,
that help.
you got the relic, yeah.
But do I need to help? Syria?
Well, even if, because Callie can heal Wisteria, but then Wisteria still needs to like get up and run, which is maybe an issue.
If Callie
it's up
heals
to-
me, I'll be able to escape before any other NPCs go.
Yeah, but if the Ghost Mage takes me down, then I can't heal Callie. So Wisteria. So
Hey, I'm gonna
it's
chance
a
it to go over to Wisteria. What do I need to roll here?
Give me a will saving throw
Yeah,
as you
can
try to kind of
right
master
above
the
you.
ethereal wave.
In the chat.
All right, say that again. Okay.
Will save. So there you go. Nice. Yeah, you were able to use it to teleport up to your speed.
Okay, I'm gonna actually move right next to Wisteria. This is a good spot for me to be in, unless anyone has any objections.
Works.
One either way to the left or right. I just don't want us to be in a perfect line.
Good call.
Fair.
Thank you. I'm a little paranoid right now.
Oh, thank you. That's a good call. All right.
All right. Ghost Mage is up. He burned. Luckily, for you all, he burned a lot of his good spells. Yeah, he's just gonna throw hands. He's gonna run up on Belric. You see him just reaching out with this ghostly hand, trying to run you through. Luckily, but you're true to fast form, and as his ethereal hands come at you, you're able to dodge. Callie, you are up.
All right. 2 actions to cast Heal, which is the 3rd out of my 4 spell slots that I get. And then 1 action to get out of here. Wisteria, good luck.
Is there any risk of Dura getting taken out in a way that is a problem for you? You have
I
a
have my
reaction.
reaction back now, so yeah, I'm good now.
Okay.
Like, get out of here.
Perfect. What does that look like as you heal Wisteria?
It's green energy plants growing out of the ether and just closing up some of the wounds. As soon as the plants have started growing, she's already walking backwards, and the moment she sees Wisteria's eyes flicker, she's like turning around and running.
Perfect. Callie and now Will and now Callie have made their way into the ethereal plane. The Baron Royce, still drained from his ordeal, is also going to make his way into the ethereal plane, calling out behind him, "Devils, come to me. I can get us out of here once we're free of this." And limp his way off. Belly, you are up.
All right. Crash, you can push Bear out even though he's unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah. Crash just got there.
I can get out of here in 2 actions, which gives me 1 free action. Can I help Wisteria up with that action?
Oh,
We all get turns before any NPCs go, so I think we just all need to be 100% sure we end our turn on the green line, and we'll be all set.
Okay. And do you have a
yeah.
free? Sorry.
So I was just gonna say, just run and try to bait out the ghost opportunity attack that it probably doesn't have.
Okay. I'm just gonna bail then.
all right. Belric
2
is
actions to get out of there.
make his way off, but before you do that, give me a. Actually, you're only at dying 1, so because he was dying. No, you should be at dying 2. So yeah, so give me a death saving throw for Bear.
What do I click to do that?
It should be like if you click on the sheet, like the recovery. I should say recovery check. It's like the little die next to dying.
No!
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit!
Is that it for Bear?
Dude, that puts him up to dying 4.
Does put him up to dying 4. Oh yeah, Will's off the screen. Yeah.
Do I have I don't think
You
I have a hero
don't.
point either. Okay, well,
Bear is dead.
Oof.
What is so as Belric, as you would make your way, kind of racing towards the edge? What do you see Bear do?
yeah. So Belric would see everybody fleeing, would look around the battlefield, kind of like maybe cock his arrow. He would look towards Bear and he'd see like Crash has got this, just nudging him off, and then like yeah, as he's getting off the field, I think Bear would lock eyes with him, and then just you would see him kind of like succumb to his wounds, and yeah, Bear would just give up and close his eyes, and Belric would know, just with his nature skill, that that's it for Bear.
You see kind of Bear breathe his last with just one last mighty roar before his life ends. Crash. Seeing all that, what do you do?
Damn. So we're going to what's the athletics DC to push Bear out of combat? To get away with Bear's body. There's no way we're just gonna leave him on the astral plane to get resurrected by one of these ghosts.
Yeah, I would say a fairly not difficult. We'll say 25.
25? Very much doable. I'll spend an action on that. Wow. I'll have one action to move off the map. I will spend another action on that. I assume multi-attack penalty.
It will apply, unfortunately.
Yeah, that.
He is huge.
Hey,
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So
What does it look like?
it's just Crash, like, as Bear goes down, Crash, like, looks to Belric for a moment, no words, just an understanding, and he locks in. He understands, like, anyone going down in this place, the next time we see these ghosts, they're gonna be with them. Or at least that's what he assumes, and then whatnot. So he is getting this comrade of the Gabbles, this kind of mirror in a way to his own past, out of here.
Perfect. You're able to haul his body off and then make your way beyond the veil. Wisteria, seeing all of this, besides Dura being the last gavel upon the field, what do you do?
So first action will be to stand up. Second action will be to use my quickened action to stride 20 feet, and because of mobility, I mean, I guess he could have attacked me if he had a reactive strike when I stood up. But I'm going to use the wings that I have active to fly 60 feet and escape the battlefield. And as I kind of turn and run and leap into the air, I turn towards the Revenant and say, you should be proud that you raised a son able to make harder choices than you ever could.
Perfect. As you all leave the battlefield, you see the Baron, especially with Wisteria's last dig. You see this ethereal creature with just the slightest hint of substance from the drain that he was able to, the bits of life he was able to steal from his son. You hear him just bellow in rage, ripping the ground around him, and he goes, "You took my life. You fed me like a dog to slaughter. This isn't over." And you see just rapid kind of winds and telekinetic area around, just ripping the ground apart as you all are able to make your way away from the scene and flee into the ethereal plane, this flipped version of the mortal coil, and you guys are able to gain some distance from the Baron. just running and running until you're finally able to stop kind of near a bank of trees with enough distance between you guys. You see the Baron is huffing, more drained. You've seen him fight before. You've seen him train. You see a run like this shouldn't have tired him, but he's huffing and puffing as he's made his way over. But with this, after having to flee, after the loss of Bear, how are the Gavels doing? Where's the Gavels' heads at? As you look around and see one of your number, one of the originals, has fallen.
Where are we when we return?
So right now you guys are still in the ethereal plane, just kind of in some trees that mirror Kata. You see the Baron is catching his breath right now, but he did say he'll be able to teleport you all out.
I think Elric would still be in a state of denial where he would almost be going to Will and Wisteria, and he would be like, hey, use your medicine, you can heal him, can't you? Do what I've seen you do before. He would be
Wisteria steps over to Bear and pulls out her medical kit and just is looking over, trying to kind of decide where to begin, and then just turns back to Belric and there's tears running down her face, and she just shakes her head.
You would look over to Will to see if there's any it's a very medicinal way. Is there any magic that Will could do? Again, kind of he knows what's happening, but
Will's kind of looking off into the distance, not looking at Belric, and he just says, "Too far away. Only have a moment."
Belric would just, I think he would kneel next to Bear and put his head down, and you would see tears kind of coming down onto the ground next to him as he's touching Bear.
Crash, again, wordlessly, kneels beside Belric, just put a hand on his shoulder to comfort him.
Perfect. As you all kind of mourn the loss of Bear, you see the Baron Lesseroyce kind of recovers slightly and still just huffing. He looks up and you just see a mixture of gratitude and shame kind of cross his face. And he just kind of goes, I owe you my life. I thought my father finally had earned his vengeance. I thought no one was coming. I owe you more than words can say.
Baron, we're past tracking the debts we owe to each other at this point.
You see, he kind of looks over, looks to Bear's body, looks to Belric, and you kind of see that shame somewhat intensify a bit, and kind of you hear a quick grind of his teeth before he looks over and bows his head and he says, "He was the best trained bear I've ever found, a warrior through and through. He will not be forgotten."
Balric will just kind of remain kneeling down and just staring, just staring down, not really acknowledging the Baron. He's appreciative, but at this time, there's too much going on.
You see, he kind of takes a moment and then nods, and then you see he kind of he's trying to catch his breath. And then you see him start to fiddle with his ring, and then you see him actually unclip one of the gems within one of his rings on his left hand, and you see him kind of begin making arcane gestures, and you start to see magic gathering around him, almost using the gem within his ring as a focal point, and you hear him bellow out, It's been a while since I've used the spell, but I can traverse between the planes. Please, everyone, gather around me quickly. And you see him kind of working the symbols. You see energy crackling out between his hands, between the gem, and you see a crack within the ethereal plane appear, and then energy almost wash over you guys as you kind of starts to spit lightning and energy, and there's a swirling vortex as you're taken out of this black and white plane where color just seems to be a foreign concept, and just swished around through the swirling vortex of energy before being deposited back upon the balancing act, right back where you left from. You, this time with the Baron in tow, alongside the body of your fallen comrade Bear. Back aboard the balancing act. What does the gavels do?
All right, everybody get to the medical room. We got some patching up to do with what little time we have.
Aye, brother. And Crash is going to look down to Belric. Would you prefer the body be preserved for funeral rites? Or would you prefer to carry him with you after this war is done? And Crash will kind of like pat his own cape, which is made from his brother. At the time, his bear.
All right. Say that last part again.
So Crash basically asks Belric whether or not he wants Bear's body preserved for funeral rites, or if he wants Bear's body preserved for like making some kind of craft so Belric can carry Bear with him.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay. And then what did you say about your brother? Is he's crafted into your cloak, did you say, or?
Yeah, basically, Crash is like, he's mentioned the brother a bunch. It's clear that was the owl bear, and he's wearing a cloak made from an owl bear.
Still in shock, but like Belric would say, like, Bear's spirit needs to roam free in Fessia. We need to return him to the ground, and I couldn't think of a better spot than what is the the preservation area that we planted like above.
So it is in the so it's in the, you guys made it in exalted sanctuary, but it's in the Asuvian forest.
Okay, yeah. Belric would say, like, I appreciate it. We need to preserve Bear. We can return him to the land. We'll return him to the Exalted. We'll have a funeral for him and bury him in the Exalted Forest when this is all said and done.
You see the Baron nod, and he says, I will commission a statue for the bear. Without him, I'm sure I would be dead.
And Balric would actually, like, he wouldn't join you guys in the medical tent. He would just kind of continue to stay with Bear.
To be fair, he is the one who could actually afford to skip the medical tent.
With that, though, the Baron, especially as Wisteria mentions medics, and he'll look and say, do not worry about patching yourselves up. I'll bring my own medics out. Just please take a moment. Gather your breath. And you do see he does kind of bellow out using kind of the bullhorn spell and basically yells, medics, attend to their Baron. And you see guards, it's still the war horns and we're blaring still in the state of chaos when they're all searching for the missing Baron. You're hearing his voice. You do see guards and kind of a team of medics come racing up the gangplank, ready to help heal the Gavels. He looks through and you can see almost he starts to leave. But before he can, he pauses for a moment, and he goes, As I've said, words cannot describe what I owe you. My own choices nearly ended my life. But I will not forget that you came. My own supply of gold has nearly run dry with this war. But I will give you the last of what I have. I will make sure they send it to your ship before we even depart. I'll also open up our alchemist stores, and feel free to take any of our health potions and else that's made available to you. There's more that we'll discuss later, but I fear that my own father would have robbed me of my life, especially when I've seen such good that's soon to come, with us to reclaim Kata, with my son soon to be born. You all give me a chance to see this. My friends. And you see he kind of says that last bit a bit awkwardly, but he looks over to you guys, and he's kind of like half between leaving but just kind of looks over before as he starts to walk.
That's what we do.
Wisteria is gonna insist that the medics don't bother with her and help the rest of the gavel while she just treats her own wounds. And trying some new techniques, she gets kind of gruesome with it. I recently picked up the risky surgery feat. So I'll do some rolls on that for him. But it's like she's, not like maybe like her kneecap is pushed off and she just like shoves it back into place, and like has one hand like balancing a tray with medical supplies while like cutting into the skin on that same arm, and like wincing through the pain. But
Callie will she will try and walk up to the Baron as he's leaving, and she will just say, "Your Grace, we all, of course, very deeply appreciate the," she gulps, "friendship that you've extended out. You have known me much less than the others, including those who have sacrificed. So I do not know if I have the right to even say this, but just a thought. I do not know how the mechanisms of war function and how much of the machinery is already moving. Is there any possibility that we could delay the invasion by a day?"
Aaron gives a sad shake to his head. We're out of money. If we can't take the city now, the other mercenaries, I imagine that you all being landholders now will still fight on, but the other mercenaries will abandon us and we won't be able to afford the supplies needed. You lot, you've done too much for me. If you feel you need to sit this one out, I will more than understand, and any that dare speak against you will face my wrath. But unfortunately, it does have to be today.
Well, understood, Your Grace, and it would not do to see, as you said, the owners of a part of Kata to abandon the battlefield, and then she'll lower her voice even more. But the easiest possible assignments that you could send our way, we would appreciate it.
You see the Baron nods and goes, "We'll make sure."
She'll bow and leave.
Perfect. And the medics fuss around you guys, and they are able to kind of treat you guys up pretty much. Like you have a team of medics going through, and are able to bring you all back to full health over the next half hour, as they're just kind of putzing around, patching up wounds, sewing up gashes, just really making sure that everyone is back up to full fighting strength. While
If the wounded conditions, right?
what's that? Yeah, once you full up to heal up to full, the wounded goes away.
Thank goodness, I was scared for many of the party.
But as you guys are able to kind of go through, patch up, you do hear like a crackle in the air, as like almost seems like distant thunder approaching, and you see like this bright burst of lightning kind of fill the sky for a moment, and then you see like this humanoid figure, like almost indistinguishable, features near indistinguishable by this cackling buzz of lightning around him, race to the deck of the balancing act, and then you see the aura shed, and you see Olga, the adult Olga in front of you, the one that you found in the midst of the shades of havoc, and you see he smiles at you all and he goes, "You guys, you made it back. I was so pissed when the Rock sent me away. Did you get the Baron too?"
We did. Mission success, Will says, as like somebody is like currently like giving him stitches on his shoulder.
Good. You know what, guys, I really appreciate it. You know, this is the second time you all have saved me. Like, first time, when Mockery was with you guys, and it came and freed me from those Issei followers, and this time you saved me from Shinzo himself. I mean, you guys are the best.
It's what we do. You'll have to forgive us if we are not quite as ecstatic as you might be. We had a bit of a loss in our efforts to save the Baron.
You see, like, he looks panicked, and he looks around and goes, "Who?"
And I guess Belric has wandered off, so he's like, oh, he probably assumes it's Belric. Belric lost his bear.
You see his face falls, and for just a brief moment, this muscle-bound warrior looks kind of like the child you saw him as all those months back, and you see he goes, "He was such a good bear. We went hunting together. May Sanda let him rest in peace."
Indeed. Unfortunately, we don't have time to take the moment we might need. We've got business to attend to today. Be careful with that.
You see Olga nods. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is the final battle day. You lot ready? Been fighting the giants a little bit on my own, but it'll be fun to join in on this assault. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to fight on this soil.
Hopefully. I'm feeling a bit stretched thin, but as I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
See Olga nods and goes, That's the spirit. Well, you can see, like, he looks a little awkward, and he looks up to the sky, and he goes, well, my father, he said he wanted me to tell you that he has a gift, but he wanted to ask if you are open to receiving a gift.
Interesting. That would be a question. I suppose, Will's gonna get a dark look for a moment. He said, "Is it gonna be conditional and require undying devotion?"
No, why would he do that? You know, he likes to make sure people are open to things. But you know, you gotta see, like, he looks a little sheepish for a moment. You know, Shinzo captured me, and he thought he was about to lose another son, and yeah, he's grateful. So, you know.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll need any bit of help we can get.
You see, he kind of looks around any of the gavels to see if anybody disagrees. They're not seeing any disagreement. You hear him bellow out, "Father, they accept." And you see the skies crackle and lightning, thunder blaring, and you see a bolt of thunder strike the balancing act, or a bolt of lightning strike the balancing act. You see rivets of electricity run through the ship. You see the scales from the sky dragon that you use to armor your whole glow with this electrical hum. You start to see energy just billowing near the prow of the ship. You see for a moment the ship itself seems to be encased in a field of thunder. This bellowing sound that seems to block everything coming at it for a moment. He has gifted so Asanda has blessed the balancing act. Let me show you guys what that does.
So the balancing act has been blessed by Nar and by Sanda. Friendly rival gods.
Also, I just can't
Fire and lightning?
pretty well. Oh, you guys have like the fiery hue of the from Nar's blessing committed by Jeet. Now you guys have some ship-based actions you can take. So I can't show it all to you guys at once, but if you go into the ship, I already added it in there just to be easy. But if you go into items, you should see one called Blessing of Sanda that breaks down what the new pieces of the ship will do. One of the pieces or one of the new abilities your ship has, Sanda's Fury. Once per hour, you're able to unleash a 10d12 burst of lightning within 100 feet for a 25-foot burst. You also can get Shield of Thunder, which uses reaction, and basically you're able to either shield yourself or the balancing act, negating any damage from an attack. Effects would still apply if effects happened for an attack, but damage completely gone.
Gotcha. Will looks around at the ship crackling with lightning. He's like, "Well, tell your father we appreciate the gift."
I'll pass it on. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the balancing act is so fucking cool. Clad in like blue art, like dragon scales, perpetually looking like it's burning, crackling with lightning. This is quite the balancing act.
Perfect. You do see Olga kind of smiling, especially as the lightning plays across the ship, and it goes, it's always fun to see that. You can see him go serious once again, though. But seriously, guys, I appreciate it. I've been trying to fill in for my big brother while kind of all this is going on, and for a while it was going good, but that Dick Narak just got all pissed about me being an imposter, and he kept sending shadows after me, and it wore me down.
I know the feeling. Hopefully, after this whole business with Kata, we might be able to do something to try to reduce the influence of the great deceiver here in our world. But that's a quest for another time.
You see, he nods and he goes, the thing is, I was talking to my oldest brother about Narak. Because I mean, that guy, you guys know, he's just the worst. Like he's like the terrible. But apparently, like way back in the day, he was a decent guy. He's part of the Grove, but I mean, I don't know. I can't see it.
The Rock was part of the Grove? The heroes?
Yeah. Edric said it was real lazy the way he named himself, or renamed himself. But he flipped it. Narak is Corin spelled backwards. And he was.
I remember the legends. Corin, he was the healer that gazed up at the stars.
Yeah. Edric said he was a bit of a smartass, but like he said, nobody deserves what happened to him.
What happened, if you know?
Yeah. Well, Edric is my oldest brother. He was part of the Grove as well. And I was complaining to him about just Narak and like all like the douchey things he does. And he told me that the Grove, as they were fighting their way through Hells, decided to make a deal with Shinzo to not have to fight him. And the deal was that if anybody that fell unconscious during the battles to come, he would be able to claim their soul. And Corin died, and Corin's soul went to him. Edric called it his deepest shame.
It would seem to me that the only one who has figured out how to handle Shinzo Z is... And she doesn't say anything more.
You see, like Olga's like leaned in real like expectantly, like kind of looks around like, yeah.
Nothing. Just something for us all to think about. Everything that we've seen today. Nothing that I care to talk about in case there are eavesdroppers around.
You see Olga nods and says, yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, always lurking. But hey, wanted to let you guys say first, thanks. Pass on my father's gift. Hey, and I want to be with you guys, at least part of this fight. When it looks dire, look at the skies. I'll make sure you guys got to save my ass last time, but maybe this time I'll get to at least join and fight with you. And you see he kind of looks around, and you see that energy aura, kind of like this aura of lightning, kind of almost encase him once again. And he starts to fly, but he goes, oh yeah, guys. At least for now, like Father said that mortals a lot of times get inspired by symbols.
Yes, yeah, we will not say anything.
Okay, thanks.
Go do what you have to do. We will not call you by your name, or I think we will also not call you by the other name. We'll just proclaim the arrival of the hero of Sanda.
You see, like, even through the lightning, you can almost see, like, the form smile, and he goes, oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, Sandrick, yeah. And then he kind of trails off, and you start to see him take to the sky.
Wisteria starts flipping back through her notebook, crossing out a part, rewriting, flipping to another page, crossing out, rewriting, and just kind of grumbling under her breath.
Is she like this is the truth, right? She's just correcting her notes, or is she redacting information?
Oh yeah.
She, she's replacing the word Oga with Hero Sanda, which is still accurate. But also some character growth given. I don't remember what it was specifically, but recently there was a time where she was asked to correct her notes and did so on the Gavel's behalf. So it's just,
Nice. How does she feel about that? About this very slight duplicity?
Yeah, I mean, as I've said before, it's like she's happy to lie when she thinks it will lead to further breadth of knowledge shared. And internally, she's like, okay, once this war boil's over, I'm going to go back and correct it to the actual more complete truth. But for the time being, because she shares these notes with the Baron and all of his people, she'll keep things
Nice.
the way Callie requested for now.
Very briefly, a small moment with Crash. I imagine, like, as he's, like, near fully patched up, he's just sitting on the balancing act after it received its blessing. And he's looking down at himself, that handprint of Jeet's on his torso, looking to the balancing act, both blessed by fire and lightning, and looking to, in one hand, kind of resting upon it, the obsidian's edge, this relic of Nar, and looking to his new arm that he used to replace, kind of the hand that did such an injustice. He watches it crack with lightning, and he just thinks for a moment and just says aloud, "A balance. A balance." That'll be that.
So I am gonna pick on Belric. What's kind of going through Belric's mind? What's he up to as or what did he get off to?
Yeah, I mean, I think think he would still, like he wouldn't have been part of any of this, and yeah, he's just continuing to mourn Bear. Like, I think there's stables on, or just at least like, I don't know if there's stables, but like at least where kind of his room was. I think that's kind of where he would take Bear, and yeah, he would just be, yeah, he would be mourning. Like, I think initially he was in a bit of denial, and now he's kind of like working on accepting like this. Like, I don't know. This was his longest companion that he's had. So yeah, he's yeah, he's just struggling, and yeah, I think he would want to be alone, and he would ignore the healing from the Baron, and he would just kind of give himself one of his apothecary things, like again, just kind of like shutting off the outside world.
Definitely. All right. Before we move forward, is there anything else the Gavels want to do? Oh, and don't forget, if you haven't already, to get two, what's it called? Is it greater? Two of the health potions I said. Two greater health potions, and then your choice of either a Phoenix Flask, Moderate Energy Breath, Singularity Ammunition, or a 6th rank spell scroll.
Could you go over that just one more time?
Yep, and it's in the campaign thread too, with the links to them in case you want to see them. But yeah, you guys. Oh yeah, also you get the Baron gives you guys 8,000 gold coins, so it's like 1.6 thousand a piece. You get 2 greater healing potions, and then your choice of either Phoenix Flask, Moderate Energy Breath, Singularity Ammunition, or 6th rank spell scroll.
Recommendation: potions of quickness are pretty cheap by this level. It's just an extra stride or strike for an entire combat each time you use one. 90 GP each. Anything to spend money on. More healing potions are also pretty good.
Perfect. So anything else the group wants to do?
Wisteria will at some point, almost like in passing, just walk past Crash and say, "That's 2 members of the Gavel fallen adjacent to you. Don't let there be a third."
Yeah, wow.
Damn. There is a moment, a very clear moment, that you see the same thing you've seen from Crash whenever something just snaps in his head, where there's this, like, almost as if he's going to snap back the way he has done before, but he doesn't. Instead, he simply strains his back and nods in agreement. I said never again, and it's happened once more. The brother of my brother is gone. The brother of the Gavelers, Jeets, is gone. I promise this time, and I will make certain of it. It will not happen again.
I think as this is probably like later, like you said we have like still like half an hour left.
You do.
Like as we're gathering up to leave, Will would just like say to everybody, "It's never. I have a spell. I promise." He's kind of like laughing a little bit. This is not funny at all, but he has to laugh, otherwise I think he's gonna cry. I have a spell that can save a life, and twice now I have fled, leaving myself unable to use it. Next time it's not gonna happen. Not that I am hoping for a next time. The spell's needed.
Perfect. With the gavels, you guys are able to spend that last half hour however you like. But before we set sail, we're gonna flash back to the war planning preparations that we skipped over to jump into the Shinzo's games and the drama at the ethereal plane. So this is a couple of hours before the Baron was taken. Really. Hours before dawn at the war camp on the outskirts by the lake. You see kind of flashing back into this tent filled with both the Baron, Perocles. You do see the Adamantium Renegades and Prefects are missing, but other commanders and other representatives from the various factions that you guys have lined up are kind of arrayed around the Baron, yourselves, and a giant map of the island of Kata. And you see kind of war preparations going through. What we'll do is we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and hit the war preparations, and then dive into kind of the first part of the war. So come back. Actually, let's say 8:35, and then we'll get into the next bit. So see you guys in a few minutes.
Go.
take off the camera off.
Welcome back, everyone, to the part 2 of session 24 with the Gavels escaping the ethereal plane, but at the cost of Bear. We're flashing back to the war planning session a few hours before the Baron's kidnapping. You all are kind of arrayed around this large table within the Baron's tent, surrounded by other soldiers, the Baron, Pericles, though the Adamantium renegades and prefects are missing. You see the Baron kind of standing up, pacing slightly. You can see kind of the prosthetic limb that he wears, kind of clinking against the grass floor. But he will point to the map of Kata, kind of pointing directly to the city, and he'll say, "It's time for the last push. This could be the battle where we can bring the children of Taish to their knees and finally liberate our land. This will be the battle that pushes them off of our land and liberates our people back to their rightful ruler and state. This will be our last fight." And you see he kind of nods over to the Gavels of Visara as he points over to Apo, and he goes, "Thanks to the Gavels, we've been able to, well, first of all, free our people that were trapped in that infernal nightmare that was Apo, but also liberate 3 legions of troops that we can have march upon the city of Kata from the south. They've already marched through Deso village, reclaiming it in the name of Kata. They've left Operata for the moment, but we'll be able to easily sweep that city off the map once we've taken out their main host within the war camp in Kata's bounds. Gavels of Visara, when we last spoke, you wished to undertake the naval passage utilizing the Balancing Act. I will need you to take the charge and blow through the dams that the giants have created. And you kind of see him sweep a finger across kind of the lake that divides Kata, kind of across from Krenta at this passage and this passage over here. Thanks to Belric scouting, we found that the giants have destroyed our bridges and made dams of them. We would like you all to destroy the dams and allow the water to pass through, and the ships behind you or that come behind you will build bridges to allow our forces from Apo to join the main push and array for our siege of the giant war camp in the city itself. From Belric's own scouting, I sense a trap, because it does seem to be less well defended than we would expect. But from what you've said, the Balancing Act is a strong ship.
Well, we've certainly put a lot of effort into it. And sorry, I want to clarify something. You said that our goal is to take the ship up the river and then blow up a dam there. I imagine the dam is... sorry, this is probably just a thing that I would probably just know based on knowing the way the river flows. A dam, I suppose, would be blocking it. So we would be approaching from the low side of the dam, right? And then we blow up the dam. So I'm just thinking out loud, we're going to have to keep the ship a little further back, I think. If all the dam water starts rushing in, we're going to have a wild ride backwards. So, but the way that would manifest as is we'll saying, I imagine we'll have to get close on foot, maybe, to try to get the ship, get the dam destroyed without our own ship being flooded. Is that correct?
The Baron would pause and say, "You could. That may sacrifice time, though. I would advise, if you can, bombard it from a distance. You have cannons or catapults or something aboard your vessel."
That's true. All right. That I suppose we can do. Especially if they've constructed these dams so quickly, they probably won't be highly fortified.
That is our hope. Because we truly just need that so we can bring the rest of our Navy along the path, rebuild those bridges or put temporary solutions in place to allow the troops to cross, and then drop the rest of our troops upon the war camp itself. Once we clear that path, and we could join both our forces from Krynta and the forces that have been with Apo and the Navy itself, we'll push into the city and take down the giant war camp. You'll notice the Adamantium Renegades and the Prefects are not here at the moment. We've sent them along with the Myrmidons into the city ahead of this battle. The Adamantium Renegades and the Myrmidons have been charged with helping to evacuate civilians ahead of our attack. Basically, they're trying to time it as close as they can to our attack to help get the civilians out before the Giants know that we are coming. The Giants have not shown a predilection for targeting civilians, but we don't want them to grow desperate and try to hold them hostage. If you permit, we would like to teleport your B squad into the city as well to aid in that.
Sounds reasonable to me.
See, he nods and smiles, goes, "That'll be good. We just need to make sure that as many of the people that have been under their rule as we can safely get out and have no harm befall them." You see, he kind of like, you see him tapping his foot though, and he goes, "The Akarian Navy that was supporting the children of Taish has departed, so we don't expect much in the way of ships to come against you during this battle, but we do think that you should be prepared. The children of Taishera have many monsters that can swim through the seas, and who knows what they may have out there."
Well, we're as prepared as we can be.
Perfect. He looks at you all and says, "Well, once the dams have been broken and the ground forces are ready to strike, at the split second, I will be leading the airship along with our Griffin Knights, the Talons. We will be attacking from above and bombarding from the airship as you all race through up on the sea and the ground. And hopefully we'll be able to hit the Giants and from so many directions, from so quickly, that they won't be able to respond coordinated enough, especially due to the Prefects infiltrating within their number and hopefully causing chaos as they try to form their own defenses. As I said, this will be the last of our battles. If we are defeated here, we will not have the funds to continue further. But we will not be defeated. This will be the day that you all have truly found your new home."
Looking forward to it.
Perfect. And you see with that, he kind of goes back and is starting to talk through logistics. But you guys see you'll have to sail through two of kind of the former bridges that have been dammed up by the giants, clear them, and clear a path for the path to the city of Kata. Are there any questions you guys have that could potentially be answered by any of the Baron's logistics?
I'm trying to think about if there's like, with some of them, well, this decision will be happening in the future, not during the flashback, but the like items to buy that might help with this particular endeavor. Is the dam going to be something where, like, if I buy an explosive arrow, is that going to have any impact on the dam, or
yeah, you guys will be blowing up the dam, so you will the dam will have a stat block.
Gotcha. Okay.
Andrew, you're on mute.
Sorry, do we know like what material it may be made out of, or like it's like trying to anticipate, like, would fire be the most, like, the best thing if there would, like,
Mostly stone, because and actually that's something that he would have mentioned. It looks like the giants mostly use like the materials that the bridge were made out of to kind of dam it up. So broke the bridge, used most of that, and added a bit of kind of binding agents and other pieces to hold it together.
good to know. And this is kind of out of character. I'm assuming like we'll be shooting it. Like, we're not going to go in on foot and plant explosives. Like, we're going to be shooting it from our ship. Yeah. Or is it kind of up to us?
Yeah, that's up to you guys. He did mention that you'd probably lose time going on foot, but
okay,
you're good.
How far, warfare-wise, like, are we expected to be from the dam?
Like, so, like, how? What do you mean?
Oh, like in terms of ranges for spells, I'm just looking up how close we will be to the dam.
You guys are able to get as close as the ship would like.
Okay, then the question is not directed to the GM, then it's directed to the players. How close can you get to the dam?
I guess that's a question. If once it starts breaking, how likely is it that our ship gets capsized by the deluge of water? That I don't know. I might know a little bit about sailing, but I've never had to ride a wave from a breaking dam before.
Yeah, she looks directly at Wisteria with all her crafting knowledge. What's a safe distance to prevent capsizing?
You guys would know that even with the speed of this water, it'll make it more difficult terrain than a capsizing threat.
like a beaver dam.
All right. In that case, I can't think of anything else I need to know off the top of my head.
Okay, no, never mind. The most powerful thing we have to break the dam, we just got
Our characters don't
from
know
on
that
high.
we're about to get.
Or yes, yeah, we're about to get. I was looking up the shatter spell, thinking it's good against objects, but it's still not as powerful as, like, even if I got a rank 6 shatter scroll as my gift, it would still not be as powerful as what we just got from Sanda.
I mean, Sanda's thing is once per hour though, so do both.
No, I picked a different spell.
Okay.
I decided to go with Zealous Conviction because it was a spell I was thinking about anyway.
Nice.
Wisteria is going to buy 2 depth charges.
Ooh.
Magical ammunition that I was hoping to do something specific to objects, but it does a bunch of AoE bludgeoning damage on targets underwater. So fire at the base of the dam where it's in the water. There's the plan there. And there's also 12 questions, so it'll be pretty.
Crash is gonna yoink some barricade buster ammo.
Sweet.
He's also gonna be yoinking the barricade buster probably from Mysterious room. Because it has the raising trait to it.
It's got like cobwebs on it and crumbled up pieces of paper like thrown into the barrel of the gun.
This would genuinely make Crash a little sad. This is a damn good gun. Now it's a paperweight.
Perfect. Before we flash back to the present, you do see the Baron kind of roll out four sheets of paper across the map. You see on one of them this large giant. He has like almost a electric glow about him, and you see the name written above him, and it says Commander Dralo. And you see that he is in charge of this last defense, this last kind of remnant of the forces of Taish that have been holding Kata City. And you guys see him outlined there. And then you see three giants, all bearing kind of deep green skin with wicked-looking tribal tattoos. Some crossing their face, almost looks like they were drawn like chaotically etched into their flesh as they were tattooed and branded up. And you see the other ones kind of above their names, the Grivinth Brood. And you see kind of a bit about them. I'll let you guys all get one free recall knowledge now for these creatures. For one of you can either do the Commander Dralo or the Grivinth Brood.
I'm gonna go for the Brood.
I'll do up mine on the Brood.
Alright, well, my society isn't terrible. Maybe I can know a little bit about the commander.
I'll roll for the commander, hoping to put that newly acquired master in warfare lore to use.
Elric is gonna pass. He's not gonna do any. He's gonna be kind of absent from all this.
So there are not rounds designated for the barricade buster in Foundry currently.
Are you sure?
Not that I can find.
Probably just regular rounds.
Unfortunately, it does not allow me to assign that.
Oh, okay.
And it uses his keeping.
We won't need to worry about that today, so we'll figure that out before next session. All right. So Asteria and Will, you both can ask a question regarding I forgot who you guys are going after, or either the Griffith Brood or the commander. You guys were able to both piece these two both.
I said the commander.
I found it. I found magazine. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So,
I mean, if you're looking for, excuse me. If you're looking for ideas, the first two things on my list are lowest saving throw and special actions they might have.
yeah, I feel like just based on like what Will would know, I would ask about the special actions, just because it feels strange for me to like have heard on the grapevine what his lowest saving throw is. You know what I mean? But I might have heard of like his fearsome combat prowess or something. You know what I mean?
Dralo, you know, he's an able warrior. He's a giant, fierce tribes fighter, but he wasn't chosen just due to his combat ability. He was chosen because he is a adequate leader of troops. Not quite at War Master Anka's level, but one that can marshal troops and command them. You know, with his special ability, he is able to spend 2 actions to allow anyone within audible range of him to make an attack and step. Make an attack in stride.
And when you say anyone, do you mean like all creatures or just one of his choice?
All of his allies. All of his...
Great, good, love it. All right.
Yeah, not you guys, unfortunately.
Does it cost their reaction to do that or no?
It does, yeah.
So again, to be clear, like all of his allies can stride and attack when he does the 2 actions.
And then I'll ask for the lowest saving throw.
Lowest saving throw, Fortitude.
Yes, chose the right spell.
Perfect. And Belric, this would have been before Bear passed, in case you did want to make your own recall knowledge.
Oh, of course then.
Okay.
I've never done a recall knowledge, so I need to figure out how.
Oh, if you click the basic Mac, oh, there you go. You got that quick. Nice. All right. Is that with your modifier? Oh, rough. So you still get 1 question, but you would have got 2 if you had a better modifier.
He would always look towards Wisteria for something like this. What would be helpful to know?
The next one on the list is reactions.
And you were asking about the same guy, the commander as well?
I did not decide, but that would work, sure.
Okay. He does have he has 2 reactions. He has one where if one of his allies is attacked, he can tell them to raise their shield, bumping up their AC. He also has one. He has a reactive strike as well.
Always good to know ahead of time that he has reactive strike.
Cool. I would relay that to Wisteria and the team.
You'll hear the Baron say, "We expect to encounter both the Commander Dralo and the Grivinth Brood throughout this siege. Dralo's a good commander, but he's no genius. I'm most worried with the Grivinth Brood. Further, there are 3 that fight as 1, but we've got the troops. We outnumber them. We've got you lot. It shouldn't be anything we can't handle."
Look, I mean, we're all well rested, been preparing for this for a long time. We got every advantage we can pull together. I think this is a pretty solid plan. I think it's resilient to any potential things that could go south. I'm feeling pretty confident. And I scratched Bear under his chin.
Okay.
Damn.
And I'm wondering now, does this mean that Belric's going into battle with Red from now on?
Red is on his way to Dosa, unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm petless.
That's right. You got actions for other stuff now, then.
Sure.
He was very active.
Got actions for other things, and I'll post later. I was thinking of something fun with the Asuvian. I need downtime for with the Asuvian forest if you want to stick with pets. So I'll message you a little bit later on that one. But yeah, so yeah, we'll flash back after that shed scratch goes through. We will flash back or flash forward to the balancing act as is. You see other ships beginning to set sail. You see the troops beginning to march along kind of the waterways heading towards the city of Kata. You see your own troops arrayed out in front of you, the tip scale and the balancing act, kind of all preparing to go to war once again. You see a mixture across your troops as you all look out, whether it be from Will's medic squad, Callistavaria's, Arboreals, Belric's, Bears. You see looking out across them a mix of both trepidation as well as not quite excitement, but anticipation is probably the same thing. They're looking at you all with expectant eyes as they prepare to go to war. And with some of the knowledge of the last time that the Gavels went to true war. What do the Gavels do? Is you guys prepare to set sail?
I think Will would just be doing his usual rounds of walking around amongst the soldiers, making sure that everybody knows what their roles are, talking to everybody, shaking hands, smiling at people, and just generally trying to keep spirits up.
Callista is talking to the treants, strategizing on how best they can get to the walls and get to structures and start trying to take down structures once the dam has been broken. After that, what to do. But she also explains to them that the Gavel leadership is not running at full power, so don't take unnecessary risks and retreat when before you need to. If things starts going hairy, retreat when you feel it prudent.
So a little different than last time with the troop plays. All right. Wisteria, I'll pick on you next.
So Wisteria has one of those cartoonish sheets of paper that like she holds in her hands and it's so long it like trails on the ground, and it's like full of like a checklist, and she's looking through like everything is checked off, and she's trying to find like, I know there's more I have to do, but and trying to keep herself busy with just maintaining equipment and ensuring that all the communication has been passed around and everybody knows their roles. But at this point, everything is done and there's nothing left except to march off. She talks to the members of the compound eyes for a bit and tells them that so they weren't there for the last time we did the group warfare, and just talking about how like warfare is chaos and the most important thing is to stay coordinated, keep each other informed of where the enemy is located, where their weak spots are, and spread that knowledge among our companions, because information wins wars more than anything else.
All right, Crash, what you up to?
Crash is... I'm muted. Oh, I'm not muted. Yippee! So Crash is taking time to prep his guns, his explosives, his munitions. He is looking across the battlefield through scopes and whatnot. There is a silence that comes from him, but it is not... 1 second. Sibling. Sorry. There is a silence to him, but it is far from stoicism. There's a clear fear in his actions, in his movements, the slightest of trembles. But every once in a while, I'll just look to the balancing act, to that monument we have on there. The burning sails, the arcing lightning, the scales of a dragon. And reminds himself that he is not alone. He's with the Gavels now. And he needs to be better than he has been.
Balric, we'll have you go now last on that side. You see your Bruins in front of you. Actually, I'll have you go first. Well, what's Balric do?
Yeah, it would be... Nothing would really have to be said. I think there's this unspoken fury amongst the Bruins and Belric, where like once they had seen the corpse, the preserved corpse, kind of come in and like be laid to rest within there, everybody would be laser focused. Like the Bears would be, just like in their like battle formations and just ready to go. And then, have we set sail yet?
Not yet. So yeah, you guys are because we've still got the two ships because your troops due to like size people limits will have to go on the tip scale, but they're like kind of arrayed on the ground right now.
Yeah. So yeah, just it's an unspoken fury and focus that's amongst all of them. So like Belric's just in the back, keeping to himself, like sharpening his arrowheads, almost like too much, right? Like maybe he's cutting himself a little bit, like he's still not healed to full strength like everybody else. Like he's kind of like embracing the pain and like wanting the pain to happen. And he's just like right now keeping to himself. Like if anyone comes to him, he's like turning away and just, that's how he is right now.
Yeah, you see the Bruins are like pacing across the ground. Like you see the rest of the Cotton forces are given a wide berth as like the Bruins pace and roar and just flare their nostrils. Like you see these bears are ready for war, teeth bared, mixing between howls and roars and just steely silence for the moments they're not. As they just ready themselves to unleash. With that, as you all spend those last moments with your troops, you're able to go through and begin loading up the troops load up onto the tip scale, and the balancing act is loaded up with the gavels of Avasara, and you guys are beginning to set sail, making your way towards the city of Kata. Before anything else you guys want to do before we dive into it? Perfect. So as you all set sail, kind of maneuvering down the twisting river that connects Kata or separates Kata across the island, it kind of has that same sense that you found Belric when you were scouting it out earlier. Even though you weren't able to dive too deeply, it seems you would expect, even with them the giants pulling back towards Taish, you would expect more defenses. Like it seems quiet as you approach. You're able to go through. Keeping lookout, you don't see any mines within the water. You have not found any creatures as of yet. But eventually you do see off in the distance the first dam. You can see it, a fleck of stone from where you are upon the river, but you can see kind of it arrayed out in front of you. How do you all approach?
Quickly?
How far out are we right now, would you say?
You guys are probably about a half mile out at this point.
Wisteri's gonna hold her not repeating crossbow, but loaded with one of the depth charges. And is just kind of standing near the prow of the ship, scanning the horizon for any sign of opposition and trying to figure out what the Giants' play is here by leaving it so defenseless.
I'm thinking about maybe casting a long spell, but I don't know. I think I'll save Zealous Conviction for later.
Let's just do it. Whatever they have planned is on the other side of this dam. Let's just see what it is.
Perfect. As the ship starts to kind of set sail and lurch forward, you start to actually give me a perception check.
One of my current investigations is how can we retake Kata? Should I add the Pursue a Lead bonus to this?
Yeah, sure. All right, Crash.
Here we go.
Perfect. Callie, Belric, and Wisteria, as you all start to approach, get closer within, and start to make out the edges of the dam, you see a few things fairly quickly. You see upon the dam itself, it looks like they have set up this giant crossbow, or giant ballista is probably the best way to put it. You see a ballista on one side, and you see on both sides of the kind of the shore where it meets catapults. But Callie, what draws your eyes, especially with your attunement to nature, is you're able to see like bobbing within the water. It almost looks like the water itself, but you see it bob just right. It looks to be an elemental. It looks to be almost the essence of a tsunami within there. It's not waving at the moment, but you see that watery elemental is swirling within the mist.
There's a smile on her face. This is more understandable. It's an ambush. Break the dam and get out, and we will need to outrun the waves themselves. It's an ambush, and she's just happy about it. It is a natural thing and not some kind of a psionic attack.
There. As you yell out as an ambush, you start to see the tsunami swirl. You see the catapults knock their rocks. You see the ballista knock its arrow. And we're going to get into a bit of a skill challenge on this side as you all try to make your way closer to be able to batter in to the dam itself. So with that, this will be 6 successes required before 3 failures as you all try to navigate the balancing act closer to the dam, try to take out the defenses arrayed around it, and hopefully avoid this elemental tsunami. You see the waters begin to rise. You see the catapults begin to knock. Your sails are set. Your oars are out. Balancing act. What do you
do? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
Okay. I would say I would be in the crow's nest. So the first thing that we're in the ship heading in, right?
Yeah, you guys are the ship sailing towards the dam.
Yeah. So I would be in the crow's nest, and really, like my goal would be, I'm assuming Wisteria would be steering the ship. So yeah, I would just be like calling out the most effective and efficient way to like move forward without being like capsized by waves, and making sure like our speed is up. So I'm hoping to use my survival to haul out the best way to continue forward.
Definitely. Give me a survival check. Perfect. You are able to kind of utilize that crow's nest, utilize your kind of advanced perch and knowledge of kind of the waters and how they operate even under unnatural means, giving kind of the best cues to Asteria to sail this way, set the sails, kind of anchor or kind of angle them certain ways to bring them closer, avoiding as you start to see catapults flinging towards you, rocks and fiery blasts just echoing into the water next to you, splashing the balancing act. But with Belric's navigation, you all have made the first port of it unscathed, with 1 success out of 5.
Okay. Callie goes to the edge of the deck and she summons Dura right over the water, and as Dura starts to fall, she says, "Try grappling the water," and she's going to cast Evolution Surge, making Dura huge as Dura just drops in, uncertain about what to do or if she can even grapple water while in water. Slow it down.
Perfect. Give me an athletics check.
Yeah.
Nice.
You see the elemental tsunami, like just Dura goes through. She tries to grab it. She's not able to actually grapple with the water, but she is stoked with lightning. And you start to see as she reaches into this elemental tsunami, you see it spark and recoil. You see it keeps trying to build waves to start to topple the balancing act, but with her lightning and kind of pushing into it, it is not able to focus itself up to conjure a wave. Earning your second success out of 5.
And it's not even been a full day yet, so some of that lightning is stuff that the Sanda's lightning that she has channeled, so there's like still some echoes of it in Dura right now.
Nice.
All right, I have an idea. I imagine that Wisteria was at the front of the ship, as Chris described earlier. So for during that time, Will was at the helm. But as soon as she starts rushing back towards the helm, Will gives her a nod and then starts rushing below. I think we established that the sort of leading the rowers is a diplomacy check. Yes.
Yeah.
Did we establish that a while ago? Okay, cool. So Will is gonna start shouting orders. It's like, all right, Gavos of Eva, Sarah, we've got to haul as fast as we possibly can. And he's just gonna start calling out the rhythm as he dashes below. Like before he even gets there, he's shouting through the bullhorn spell, the rhythm to get everyone moving. So here we go. Hey, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Call out the rhythm. You hear the troops eagerly respond, and just going to continue rowing and rowing faster and faster as you make your way through. You see one of the ballista bolts with this giant arrow come hurtling past the ship, but with your speed, you're able to get just beyond it, earning 3 successes out of 5.
Wisteria at the ship's wheel will follow Belric's instructions and guide the balancing act across the waves and between catapults and ballista shots firing at us to bring us to our destination with a piloting check.
Ooh,
solid. Yeah, using those instructions, using Vistaria's just innate knowledge, studied knowledge of the of ship functions, of how the balancing act turns and moves, you're able to easily kind of steer it through kind of the eddies of the water and avoiding the crash of both boulders as well as ballistas, earning your 4th success. Crash. Oh yeah, you do have your hero tokens back.
So, with all this going on, these waves coming to life, lightning arcing out, Crash can Crash be focusing on basically launching as many explosives as he can overboard into the living water itself, utilizing his crafting expertise to know exactly what kind of things that go pop will make the water boil.
Perfect. Yeah, give me a crafting check.
Alrighty then, crafting.
As you try to kind of hurl over explosives, you see the waves themselves once again reform, shaking off the lightning and the stuns that Dura has poured on, and you see the wave start to creep up, climb and climb and climb, and start to dash itself against the ship. Everyone give me a reflex saving throw.
We have our hero points, right?
Yeah, you've got a hero token. Are you using your hero token?
I honestly think it might be better to save it to make sure I hit on the trigger around salvo.
Okay.
Rolling.
Perfect. Anybody with an
Rolling
DC
hot.
34 or low will fail and will take 17 damage as this wave after wave come crashing in, blasting you with this just like non-salty water, this river water, as it kind of cleans across the ship, and you see the eddies pull out, giving you 4 successes and 1 failure. Starting the round with 2 more successes. Native.
So as this water kind of crashes into us, I would like to think like maybe a little bit of damage is done to like a sail or something. And Belric notices this from the crow's nest and very nimbly kind of like quickly goes down from the crow's nest and then like works very quickly to solve it. So like I'm hoping to use acrobatics to like get there quickly and like fix the sail.
Yeah, sure. Acrobatics and crafting.
Okay. I'll do acrobatics.
Perfect. You try to race towards the sail, but don't prove quick enough. You see the balancing act slowing just enough as this large catapulted rock comes hurtling towards the balancing act. Everyone give me a reflex saving throw.
Oh no.
Once again, 34 or 34 will succeed, and then taking half damage, and anything else will take full damage. All right, for 23, as you see this rock come hurtling in, blasting across the balancing act, giving you 4 successes and 2 failures. As the sea starts to churn, the ballista starts to calibrate itself in, and the waters get deadlier.
I'm gonna try to not using the depth charge yet, but swapping out for a different bolt. Fire a shot from my crossbow at one of the ballistas or catapults, aiming for the mechanism to try to jam it up and give us a bit of a reprieve from that volley by using my crafting skill to identify the spot to hit it.
Perfect. Go for it.
All right.
Oh, sorry. No, that was last round. You're good. Good. Perfect.
I'm gonna use a hero point with.
Yeah.
No.
Third fail.
And we do get 2 hero points, right, at the start?
You do get 2 hero points, but only 1 hero point per roll. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you see as the balancing act was moving so quickly, moving so in concert for a moment, but as that first water bashed into the ship and then the rock buffeted against it, you start to see the balancing act become shakier and shakier, and then you see this ballista finally aim in towards the balancing act, and you see it unleash, just blasting through. Everybody give me a fortitude saving throw.
Oh.
And I rolled that seconds ago.
Whoa.
A lot of 12s.
Can I can I opt to use my hero point now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I feel like that's kind of cheating, but I'm going to.
No, yeah, that's the hero point. You get to roll, and yeah, you get to see it and choose if you like to. God damn.
Cursa Viva Sarah!
Yeah.
That's almost double the average damage roll.
Yeah, it was a rough 60-12. It was a rough 60-12.
Average damage with that roll would have been 39.
That's what I was anticipating. That's what I was. All right. So same thing, 34 or better, half damage, anything below full damage, and this one will actually damage the balancing act itself. Luckily, the balancing act comes with its own hardness, so that brings that down to 48 damage to the balancing act as this ballista spears in.
Wait, how do we make the balancing act impervious to damage again?
Oh yeah, you guys can use that here if you'd like to. It can be thematic, I feel like. So it's somebody has to use their reaction, but we're out of combat, so the reaction doesn't super matter. So
yeah, this seems like the time to use it.
Blast, and then she gets like drowned out before she can say.
Call out for Sanda's blessing. You hear kind of like the sky above crackle with lightning, and you hear this thunderous roar come through, and you see it intercept the bolt before it could collide with the ship. You see the splatters of like it basically obliterates this ballista, or the ballista, whatever the arrow is in the ballista. It's going to get shattering into you all, but the ship itself is protected. And as you all kind of race through here, the ballista impacting against the thunderous shield, you hear a horn bellow out, and you see that tsunami, kind of elemental tsunami, race up, water lifting above the dam for a moment. For a moment, looks like he's going to send a wave arcing towards you, but as the water lowers, you see like these, it looks like a shark, but it's far bigger than any shark you've ever seen. This shark, it looks like a whale and a shark had a baby with this thing. You see massive teeth on it. You see 2 of these things cresting over from the other side of the dam, and standing aboard each of them, giants with these crazy looking bows upon them. You start to see creatures arcing down, these almost like falcon-like creatures if they were enhanced, like almost just exponentially grown, kind of arc over and fly low across the water as they come through, and you see the ballista knock another bolt. But unfortunately, that is where we'll have to pause. You guys got through a lot faster on this side, but I'm a little drained to this, so I don't feel like starting this combat as well, but we will pick up next session, or session after next, with this combat, as you guys get to be aboard the balancing act, attempting to break through the dam, fight off these Hulk-like or Falcon-like creatures and do battle with the giants kind of skating aboard these like whale sharks, I'm gonna call them.
Oh Lord.
So the dam is down now? Like they came from the other side?
Oh no, the tsunami kind of lifted the water up and they
Okay.
came
They
over with
cut
it.
it over it and the dam's
Yeah.
still there. Damn. All right.
Yeah, so we will pick up next session on that one. I think everybody was good, but let me confirm. Are we good to play the 16th? The Wednesday of the 16th.
Should be.
Could be as well.
No, sorry, Wednesday of the 15th.
Yeah, 15th.
Yeah.
Yep, believe so.
Sweet. So we'll pick up Wednesday the 15th. I think we said we'll start at 7:30 for that one, and we will dive back into that piece. But we will be playing next week, and we will go into the B Squad, who will be in the city of Kata proper, trying to help evacuate ahead of this attack, and they'll come across something that the Gavels will eventually have to deal with, and we'll see how that goes. So we will a little bit of an early one this one, but we will join up next session with that combat. Read the ship-based rules on that side because we'll be using the ship and everything that comes along with it. Good use of your shield with that one because that was a rough bout of D12s. But it started you guys off a little bit of a rough balancing act HP, and you guys do have another shield use for the day on that side. You could use that for both yourself or for individual people, or the balancing act as long as you're aboard the ship. So everybody join us next week on that side as we get into the B Squad, and the week after as we get to see the Gavels come through and the last few battles for Kata. So join us